All right, so when it comes to when two lines cross, all right, I want to know what A is, I want to know what B is, and I want to know what C is. So the biggest way we want to start off, you don't have to go in order A, B, and C. There's a couple different things we can do. So one thing we look at is 35 degrees represents this angle right here. So if I want to look at this for a second, if I kept going for a minute, if I kept going, notice I'm going to make a half circle. All right, and notice I'm starting with this line right here. I'm going to get rid of this in a second. And I end with that line on that. So that whole thing there is on the same line, that whole arc. So when I look at that for a second, I know that that whole thing, like this part and this part together, has to equal 180 degrees. So I know that 35 plus A has to equal 180 degrees. So to find what the A is going to be, I can subtract 35 from 180. And I would get 145. So now I know that A is going to be 145 degrees. Now it doesn't always look that way, right? But here you can definitely tell that that's going to be an obtuse angle. The other one's going to be an acute. Now, from there, I'm just going to kind of erase some things to kind of get us back to where we were. I want to kind of look at the other angles, all right? So I can do the same thing here with 145 and C, and you notice that that's going to happen. I'm going to get 35 again using 180, or I can look right away and say, listen, oh, well, you know what? From vocabulary, these two angles right here, where they're across from each other, when two lines cross, they're going to be the same because they're vertical angles. So this is going to be 35 degrees, right? So that's going to be 35 degrees. And then I know A and B are going to be vertical to each other. So this is going to be 145 degrees. So that's going to be 145. So there's A, B, and C is going to be, A is 145, B is 145, C is 35. And we would sometimes want to have, you know, an explanation that like, hey, 35 plus A is 180, right? And we can sit there and say, this is vertical to A, and this is vertical to 35 degrees. So it's not enough just to have the answer. Sometimes we want to be able to say, why is it going to be that? And there's a couple different ways, but that's one way we can look at it.